This is Don DiDonatis Jr. Teamwork. My weapon of choice is the 454 Mutant. It's legit.
USSSA is the largest multi-sport athletic association in the world. Headquartered in beautiful Osceola County, Florida, USSSA has now grown to 3.7 million members, competing in 14 sanctioned sports. From fast-pitch softball, basketball, taekwondo, and golf to being one of the largest youth baseball programs in the country, USSSA has a sport for you. Log on to USSSA.com to find out how you can take part.
Play the best and play USSSA.
I'm Tim Coco with Team Louisville Slugger. I swing the new Z2000. Last year's use of the Z1000 was a phenomenal year for me. Probably the best year I've had since I've been in softball. I hit probably the longest home runs I've hit in my career last year. Last year in the stadium tour, I hit 2 or 3 out of different stadiums. I feel the new Z2000, the sweet spot is bigger than last year's Z1000. It's even stiffer than last year's 2-piece model, so you still have the stiffness of a 1-piece with the performance of a 2-piece.
Get yours at Slugger.com.
This is Don DiDonatis Jr. Teamwork. My weapon of choice is the 454 Mutant. It's legit.
Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Come on, boys. Go here. Hey, let's go, boys. One inning at a time. Go.
Winners bracket final. Arnhem, Team Mizuno coming up.
Let's go!
Lights on here at Fortune Road.
You should have seen Larson swing it.
That was not a close one here.
You did great, Keith.
I got in trouble.
On a beautiful night. Here in Osceola County. Arnhem's the home team. They'll start on defense.
Hey, are you guys in the bathroom?
That's not the bathroom.
You can bathroom's right there. I don't know where they were, but the bathroom's right there. I don't want to know. Cars.
Don't be throwing nobody out.
Alberto Castellan.
Come on, guys. That's 50 bucks. They can get 2 tournaments this year out. First one of them.
All right, here we go.
Go, come on, work. Give me the mouth, boy. Hey. Bill Bradley, get out of here.
Chuck Doc Beckwell's behind home plate. Winner of this game moves to our 11 a.m. broadcast tomorrow. And up we go. Still waiting on the lineup for Taylormade. Lights on here at Fortune Road. Here's a leadoff walk.
Hey, Jeremy.
Our view from the dock cam.
Work in here. Work if I get these out. That's a way to get started, Jeremy.
This one is hit well, and that's gone. A home run for Taylormade.
Come on, Bugsy.
A 2-0 advantage. The team that swings the Mizuno bats.
Come on, Bugsy. Work. That boy.
Stop it, Billy. Stop it.
Come on now. Give me the first out. Fill that house. Take it away.
Stop it.
At second, Salzar tosses it over to first for the first out recorded. One away. That brings Blake to the plate.
Come on, work. Come on. That boy. Good eye. Come get me now. See what happens. That boy. You need. Go back. Come on. Come squirrel. Come on, Dillby. That boy. Go ahead.
Blake will take the walk. One on with one out.
Leonard. Come on, hit me that rollover. Let's go.
Ripped into the corner. It's fair. Brought back in by Mike Umshield. And there's two in scoring position. With just one out.
Go, Cheyenne, work. Come on, Shy. Hey, hit two now. I got to score.
Doc holding play.
We'll go hard. Make me that play, Luke. Make me that play right there. Let's go. Come on, Newbie. Let's go, baby. Come on. Come on, Buck. Come on,
There's a walk. Bases loaded.
Hey, no one better here now. No one better. We got you, Bubba. We got you. Hey, no one better here. Concentrate.
Big moment for Newbill to try to get out of this early jam, and he might just do that. To second, they get one. Over to first, they got it. 6-4-3 double play.
Hell yeah!
And that retires the side, with Taylormade being held to just 2 runs on a 2-run home run.
This is Don DiDonata's junior. Teamwork. My weapon of choice is the 454 Mutant. It's legit.
R&M Easton lineup looks this way. Joe Gordon, Kyle Yerkes, Keith Anderson, Kevin Lucas getting moved into the cleanup hole for this game. Dillon hits 5th. Umshed 6th. Schulte 7th. Lawson White in the 8 hole. Stephen Whaley 9th. Richard Salzar is in the 10 hole, and Newville is hitting 11th here against Taylormade. Chad McLam, Jeremy Yates, Billy Moore, Brandon Blake, Darian Hunter, Cheyenne Brooks, Chris Kirian, Brian Floyd, Brian Logan, and Brandon Jonas, the pitcher. Bottom of the first inning. Outside of that first game, where we saw R&M really struggle to score runs, they have been very good. Jones with the first pitch to Joe Gordon. This one hit well deep, and that's gone. A home run. A solo shot for Joe Gordon early on, making it 2-1. Now it's Kyle Yerkes. Yerkes the extra hitter. Hits this one out to center field to Brian Logan. Keith Anderson, the catcher. Joe Gordon started off the inning with a solo home run. And now Keith Anderson could give R&M a lead with one swing of the bat possibly as well. Instead, third to second, Chris Kirian over to Cheyenne Brooks. Gets the lead runner, and there's one away. So Kevin Lucas moving up into the cleanup hole in this ball game. See if it pays off. My goodness, what a catch out there in center field for Brian Logan, tracking it down. And they are going to double up to end the inning. Good defense for Taylormade Mizuno. After one, Taylormade has a one-run lead.
Come on, Pink, where you go best? Work. Get this out, let's go. Get this out, you might feel a mess, let's go. Mikey, come on. Go, Pop, work. That boy, Mike. Come on. Good pitch. Go, Pop.
Here's Floyd.
Come on, work. Come on, give me this out.
The center. And the right fielder for R&M, Reggie Schulte, coming over to make the play.
Best kid ever. Unless any of you have sons. Were you pointing with your thumb? I'm the other kid. Hey, were you pointing with your thumb? You were pointing at me if you were. We'll be like that.
One out.
Work. Come on, kid. I believe in you. Go!
Floyd really moving into second base. Line drive, base hit. They're on the corners with one away. So Floyd and Logan both reach. This one goes to second. To get the second out, and it's 3-1.
Get out of there, dude. Get away. Play well. Come on, work here. Get your game line made up already. Come on. Let's go. A little bit. Come on, Puck. Come on, Puck. Work. Get back.
Great play over there at first to retire the side. Lawson White tags the bag, ends the inning. Taylormade able to pick up one. They lead it 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the second.
Well, stay underneath. Let's go, fellas. Come on. Get with each other, boys. Talk to each other. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Right back at it. Nothing but lead, boys. Nothing but lead. Come on, Pitt. Come on. Flip it. Let's get it all the way back to King. See what's going to do next time. Come on. All right, here we go. Let's keep things up. Come on. Come on. Come on, boys. Come on, Brandon. Let's go.
Garden will start off with Brandon Dillon, the center fielder.
Come on, Dillon. Hey, we go out the lead. Come on. Come on. Get it. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Take time. Have a little fun. Come on, boys. Come on. Get with Dillon. Let's go. Get with Dillon. Come on, fellas. Get right down to the right. Right through it. Go. Go, start. Somebody will follow you. Let's go. Come on, Brandon. Come on, Dale. 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 Wait a minute here. Come on, Dale.
I'd like to welcome to the broadcast Mr. Rick. Rick, great to have you with us.
Glad to be back. Definitely a little bit with you. What an exciting night, men's A world here.
Yes, sir. Very good. Let's
The
go.
number
Let's
one
go.
seed
Come on.
just was defeated, knocked out of the tournament by Taja Suncoast, Dirty D 3-2. My question is, Tajer Suncoast is the number 4 seed. Number 3 seed, 454 with a walk-off by Jason Branch. Beat Sonny's 21-19. And then I believe here on Field 1, R&M won that game over line drive at 11-6. So we have 6 teams left in the tournament. We bring 4 of them back tomorrow just like we do every week. So this is a topsy-turvy tournament. Everybody said, man, this is crazy. John Rector, coach of Rismondo, remarked downstairs. We were talking with Tiny from 454 about, man, I don't know what you're doing, but this tournament's upside down, Rick. It's crazy.
That's crazy. We got Mike Umshed here, and he hits this ball out to center field where it's tracked down by Brian Logan.
Cinderella story Taylormade, runner-up in the 2011 Men's Major World Series, came in as the number 16 seed. Lost their first game to Rismondo, fought all the way back through, played in the championship, lost to Rismondo, and here they are in the 2012 Men's A World in the finals of the winners bracket. Pretty much, I think most of the same guys are back with Brian Floyd and the Taylormade bunch. Great bunch of guys. R&M, Rob Humphrey, Doug Reed, and their boys. Same. 2 good teams battling right here. What is it, 3-2 in the second?
3-2, bottom of the second, Mr. Rick. This is Reggie Schulte. Lines it right at the second baseman, Cheyenne Brooks.
Cheyenne Brooks, player coach for Taylormade. Massive rain delay, as I said earlier. Bernie, Walt, and Dave, the grounds crew here, able to get 4 fields ready.
So quick, it's amazing that we are back on schedule. As you see, Lawson White, who was in the cleanup hole prior, moved down to the 8-hole. See how he responds. He responds by hitting it to Brandon Jones, who grounds out, and that retires the side. 1 back for R&M after 2. 3-2 is our score.
I swing the all-new Z2000. I swing the all-new Z2000 because it's a 2-piece bat with a 1-piece feel. It also gives me the 1-piece performance that I like. One of the big improvements of the all-new Z2000 is the larger sweet spot. It helps me no matter where I hit the ball on the barrel. I've chose Louisville Slugger because of the great history they have in softball. With the performance of the Z1000 last year, I can't wait to swing the all-new Z2000.
Get yours at slugger.com. Top of the 3rd inning.
We were talking about Gene Shop. Mr. Greg Blackburn, the sponsor, Hall of Fame member, USSSA National Hall of Fame. I know he was a bit disappointed that this is the tournament that he builds for and shoots for every year, is the A World. They are an A team. Of course, they'll be back for conference championship and the Men's Major World Series. They'd love to win that, but this is their baby, and unfortunately, it's the 3rd year in a row they lost the first game of the tournament, and then they went out early today. Taylormade now batting here, top half the 3rd.
Yeah, we saw Billy Moran get aboard. This is Brandon Blake at the plate now. And Blake pops this one up into right field, and should be plenty of room for Schulte to track it down, and he does for the first out. Interesting to see a team like Gene Shop have so much success especially heading into this tournament, and then struggle the way that they did.
Yeah, and you know, historically throughout the year, unfortunately for them, they would lose an early game in the tournament to a team you basically think they wouldn't lose to. They would fight all the way back through the losers bracket and finish second or third, just not able to get over that final hump.
Popped up. Second out.
But they, the last chance tournament, week before last in Detroit, or Sterling Heights at Liberty Park, they went in, they run ruled Rismondo and went into Sunday undefeated. And Rismondo actually double dipped them. And, you know, they just, unfortunately, just couldn't get that where they needed to be. But they've got a couple of tournaments left. And Larry Cortuccio and his son Tony, they'll be back. They're not going to go away, that's for sure.
These fields, at least for our cameras, it's a pretty dark field to be at night, Robo.
Yeah.
But I think for the players, it suits them just fine. Track down in left field, a nice little run there by Jeremy Yates. He makes the play and retires to side.
And actually the lighting, as you said, it's a little bit dark for camera work, but it's actually pretty good for the players. Quite a bit better than in the backfields over at the Osceola Heritage Park where the Astros play. The lighting there, unfortunately, I don't know that we could even film over there or stream over there.
Well, we barely have enough internet here to stream with the Osceola County that they have. We were actually doing pretty well, Robo, until we had the lightning that struck us earlier. Knocked the feed down. We didn't think that we would be able to get it up, but they restored it. But I think that it has been a little bit jittery today. But obviously, when we get back to our headquarters in Disney, we're usually full steam ahead.
Oh yeah, with the equipment that you and your staff have, that Don was able to provide. I'll tell you, I mean, this is. They didn't have this when I was umpiring 30 years ago. I actually was at the Men's Major World Series in 1983.
Wow.
Greensboro, North Carolina. So that's what, 29 years ago, and it was nothing like what we have today. This is, people can watch it across the country and Facebook, and interact, and tweet. And
well, and
whatever.
DW does such a good job
as
well on all these games. You talk about the following that he has on softballcenter.com. Just gets the one camera up and provides people a vision to watch it around the country, especially when we can't.
Yeah, and he makes as many or more stops than I've been to. I want to say at every tournament, I was at, what, 10 or 11 of them, and he was there. He does a nice job. DW, Dale Weiser, and his brother's here with him. This week, his brother got out of the car in the parking lot, kept repeating it, talking to himself, I'm not DW, I'm not DW, I'm not DW.
DW number 2, I think, is his login on softballcenter.com.
They do favor one another.
Yeah. Steve Whaley.
One away.
Grounds out. Just a good group, and it's nice to see the likes of Brett Helmer and those guys down the left field line in here enjoying the ball game.
Yeah, Brett Helmer, Brian Wegman, Andy Purcell, Jr., Pete Campbell, coach from Laser Vision. Trying to remember who else was down there. I think Tars was down there, from Line Drive, sponsor Line Drive before the game. It is nice to see them just come and hang out and be at the park even when they're not playing. And historically, those guys do come out here, over the years. But it's the first time I've seen them pitch a tent and all enjoying the night down there.
They do. They have quite the setup down the left field line.
I think he's taking Pete took the tent down because the sun went down. But no, they're ready to go. That ball's hit pretty good, Bernie.
Yeah, but just
Not
enough
good
room
enough.
in the ballpark for Mizuno. Plenty of room for Darian Hunter tracks it down and retires the side. Taylormade leads by a run after 3 innings of play.
That's what we do, though, Bernie.
Yep, scheduled for tomorrow. We just talked about 9:30, 11, and then possibly a game at 12:30. There's plenty of real hot seeds there on the bottom of the losers bracket working their way back in.
Yeah.
They could certainly do it.
Well, Headhunters a B team, Line Drive's a B team. They'll be back here for the B World the week before the Men's Major World Series. Line Drive, I say, are coming to the B.
Chris Carrion misplayed out there in left field by Umschild. And here he comes trucking into third.
Number 7, Carrion, moving around. Boys cutting up down at third. They all know each other, play each other. They play to win, but they're good friends off the field, too, these guys. On practically all the teams, Bernie.
Yeah, they do really
it's nice
enjoy
to see
the time that they spend with one another. Top of the 4th.
Brian Floyd, now the batter, was injured over on field 2, collision at first base. A little cut under his eye. Wide throw, they collided, boom, right at first in the game prior to this one.
Taylormade adds an extra run.
Floyd drives in Carrion with a sacrifice fly. Right center. 1 out. Fortune Road Athletic Complex, City of Kissimmee. Their Park and Recreation Department. Barbara Johnson, Cookie we call her, she's on duty tonight as the facility attendant, manager, whatever. Takes care of us. Walt and Dave, the grounds crew. Had Heidi out at the front gate collecting. Not a bad deal to come out here for. Oh, there's a drive to center field, but it's not going to be deep enough. For the
Tracked
second
down
out.
by Dillon.
Yeah, and when I was saying $5 per person to get in here, age 13 and above, yeah, that's not a bad deal compared to some of the other places you have to go to. So USSSA charging $5 per head.
Well, you got some of them. Unfortunately, the men's majors, certainly the price tag's not set by us.
No, that's set by ESPN Wide World of Sports. We used to play this tournament. That's in there for a base hit. That's Brandon Jonas. You call him one of the extra Jonas brothers.
Yeah?
Yeah, the 4th one.
Top of the lineup, Chad McLam.
But we moved this tournament from ESPN Wide World of Sports, or Disney. You know, it's been bought by ESPN, so it's called ESPN Wide World of Sports. And this tournament was played there, but Don wanted to move it for a couple of reasons. And there was baseball going on at the same time, youth baseball, USSSA. But here you don't have the walk. The 4 fields are right here. It's just, we're real pleased with how things have turned out. And our partnership with Fortune Road Athletic Complex here, they were our Complex of the year before last, 2010.
Well, it seems like, just talking to DW, who's pretty unbiased, he said that it's a field that the players really enjoy. They feel like it's almost the perfect depth as far as the fences in the outfield are concerned for this level of of slow pitch softball.
Yes, it's a little bit bigger. Out at ESPN Wild Water Sports, we play at 305. In the stadium, they always put up a temporary fence, which causes some excitement on different plays. Players don't like the temporary fencing. Here, it's really a weird number. It's like 327 in the alleys, 337 to center, and 315 down the line, or 37. They were on the 7s instead of the 5s. You know, normally it'd be 315, 335, or whatever. But it definitely plays bigger. You're only in A World. You only have 8 home runs. We play the B World here. I think that was another reason Don considered playing here, was it'd just be a little more consistent and easier and better because it was bigger.
Well,
So
we see Yates with a home run, and now Billy Moran follows up with a line drive.
And then when we play the Men's Major World Series at Disney, that's on the Atlanta Braves spring training, Cracker Jack Stadium, and that's played on the Major League, and it's unlimited home runs. Don was telling me at the managers meeting about the home run derby this year will be on ESPN 3. So that's pretty exciting. Said they were going to use the same tracking, so we won't have to depend on Rick Robertson's distance. It'll actually be true.
No, that'll be cool
for people to be able to see that. I guess that's what happens. You'll be able to see it on ESPN 3.
Yeah, that's correct. They should be able to.
Cool.
Base hit. Just about everybody getting a hit here for Taylormade.
He now leads 7-2, top of the 4th. 2 outs, runners at first and second. They're getting a bit of a lead now on R&M. We talked earlier, Bernie, about the balls. Just, I think for a number of reasons, the ball may be a little bit wetter, a little bit heavier. The air is still a little heavy out there. So we're not seeing a lot of balls go out of the park. Get the force out at second.
Ties the side, but a big inning for Taylormade. They move from a 1-run lead to a 5-run lead. 7-2 is our score.
We should be out of here before 10 o'clock tonight, Bernie.
Yeah, pretty light night for us, if you will, Robo.
Oh, that's a great thing considering that delay we had with rain. But that was another great thing to be able to have the 4 fields available. You know, we shipped those couple of games, and we're actually going to be a game slot ahead of what was the schedule that was handed out. Because originally tonight our finals and winners bracket would be at 9 p.m. So.
It's a good call on your behalf, just to make sure that we were able to get everything in, depending on what could have happened rain-wise, because you just never know.
We have no idea. As everybody knows, that's the one thing we can't control is Mother Nature.
Yeah.
The outlook's supposed to be pretty good for tomorrow, so we'll be here. We'll be here for the 8 o'clock game in the morning. I know you said your crew will be ready to stream at 9:30.
We will.
Fly ball to right center for the first out of the inning here, bottom half of the 4th. The halfway point of the finals of the winners bracket, 2012 Men's A World Championship. And one of your main people, Paul O'Leary, getting equipment out of here.
He probably is our best Brit that we have on staff.
Wow. I would think so.
This one hit well, but not strong enough. I got to meet a bunch of Brits, I guess you'd say, over the 30 days in London.
Oh, I would imagine.
They're an interesting group, if you will.
They're glass half empty type people.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have thought it'd be the other way around.
I guess they enjoyed my American optimism, I guess, so to speak. Keith Anderson here. Line drive, back up the middle.
Keith's one of those people has a smile on his face, seems like 24 hours a day. He could just be Mr. Happy.
It's the only way to do it, right?
Oh, I'm telling you. Umpires for today's game behind the plate, Chuck Doc Beckwell. He's out of Michigan. Down at first, Mike McKinney out of Boston. Second, Lee Eggers, Rockford, Illinois. Down at third, Ken Hawk, one of the Arkansas Razorback guys. Good crew. Deep to center on the run.
Inning over, Robo.
Tracks it down. Bottom of the fourth is now in the books. They scored no runs.
Only 2 scored so far by R&M through 4 innings of play.
Top half the fifth.
Well, this is the time of the year that the softball fans get real excited. It's kind of the moment that they've been waiting for. Championship season underway.
Yep. Like I said earlier, this is the home stretch where you A World, the Conference Championships, B World, Men's Major World Series. While the Men's Major World Series going, Men's C and Women's will be played at Osceola and ESPN, Osceola. Some played here. We'll play the B here. I'm not sure where. C may be mainly at Disney and Osceola, but I would play a few rounds here and make sure we keep these fields because of weather. And then Don spread them out the last weekend. B is, I believe, B and D, and then E is on the last weekend of the month of September. He's added that third week, which keeps people from having to go to parks an hour and something away. It was nice with Fortune Road. You have the Osceola Softball Complex off Osceola Parkway and John Young, which is about 10 minutes, 15 at the most from out at Disney, and then another 10, 15 minutes here. So that's and you got really nice facilities.
Cheyenne Brooks, the leadoff hitter. I know DW was saying earlier that for him, anytime he sees a palm tree, he feels like he's on vacation. So maybe that's in some ways how these players feel.
Another fly ball to right center. And it's tracked down for the first out of the inning.
Get a sense as you see the camera pan in that way of how dark things are out there. But for the players, it's I would assume it's not bad. I think it's just really our cameras that have trouble adjusting to the lights.
Yeah, because it's I don't think it's as dark as it's showing there.
Chris Kurian.
Stand-up triple his last at bat. Scored on the sacrifice fly by Brian Floyd, and he drives one right at the second baseman. He flips it over to first. Second out of the inning. Top half the fifth. Taylormade 7. R&M Metals 2.
This what you expected here?
I don't think it's a surprise Taylormade's leading, but I sure thought there'd be a lot more runs scored. Really.
Here's Floyd.
I don't recall what the final score was on the. Oh, that's a pop up. The catcher's going to make a nice play. Kyle Yerkes.
Pretty wild to see that to retire the side, but we've seen that a couple times here that the pitchers have just, for one reason or another, Robo, they've been on their game.
That's Newbill, Brent Newbill pitching for I believe that's who it is, pitching for R&M. And of course, Brandon Jonas pitching for Taylormade. And Taylormade scored quite a few runs, if I recall, on their game prior to this, the semifinals of the winner's bracket. So with only 7 runs in for Taylormade and 2 for R&M, it's not over still. These guys can come back from this isn't a deficit, really, 5 runs, and you got the hammer. So we shall see, though.
Might even be a dangerous situation for Taylormade at this point.
Exactly. You're 100% right, Bernie. They need to, if they're going to win this game, they're going to have to score more than 7, I believe, and extend this lead. So 17 teams started in this tournament. We're down to 6. It's another thing that Don made sure this year that did not happen is there was no teams able to just put an all-star team together and come play. It's one of the things that happened to Gene Shop last year, lost to pretty much a team put together. It was a good team and beat them pretty bad the first game. First step, it was first step D and C or something. They had a heck of a team. So we probably could have picked up 3 or 4 more teams, but it's not just about the teams. It's about the teams that support and play the program. There were 3 C teams from Florida that were able to play in 14 conference A and Bs for a total of 17 teams. You said it too, Bernie, all day long, I'm sure, how competitive and the parity is just unbelievable.
Yeah, we've seen some tremendous games all day.
Oh, yeah.
And your umpires have had to make a number of really tight calls as well.
There's been a number of those bang-bang plays. These guys are right on top of it. I've said all along, DW and I trade emails sometimes back and forth, and we don't always see eye to eye on the umpiring, but I'm very proud of the job these guys do. I stay on them pretty hard, but they do a great job, and I think they even do, they get more of them right than the major leaguers. And they get paid a lot less. Well, Rob Humphrey, the coach, going back to the dugout, I wasn't sure. He was asking Doc something, and now he's come back. I'm not sure what's going on. Well, now he's going down to first. Is he going to go coach, or I guess that's what he's doing. Can't really see. Oh, he's going to talk to Mike McKinney, the umpire. I think he didn't.
Took a long route around.
Walked all the way down in foul territory, down the third base line, behind Doc, down to Mike. Must have been collecting his thoughts on what he's going to ask him or talk to him about. Obviously, he didn't agree with the call. I don't know if you have that one on a replay.
We don't right now.
Probably not. So.
Come on, Mike.
But I didn't think he wasn't going to be coaching first. I figured I don't hear Rob coming back, so Mike must have talked to him and told him, hey, that's the way it is, Coach. I was right here. It's one of the things we talk about. Coach comes down and treats you with respect. Whatever he's asking for, you usually will grant his wish.
Well, it's interesting to see even how the players go about questioning a call, whether they do it with respect, wondering where the pitch was in their mind, or whether they go into the full-blown disagreement mode.
It's a lot better than it was years ago, I'll say that. I mean, they're still going to argue some, but my gosh, you should have been around this game a number of years ago. It was unbelievable.
Well, when I first started, I guess we got married in '07, and that's a nice little grab there for the second out. Moved up here, probably 2 or so years up here. I moved and started helping out with USSSA, so maybe 09, I'd say. I mean, it was a completely different game. I don't even know that we could get through games without having the fisticuffs being thrown down. Might have been good for the ratings, but certainly wasn't good for the game.
No, and I think over the years everybody's gotten used to each other, the players, the umpires. They know the guys' strike zones, and you know, we've worked very hard to put a good crew. We have right now we have a nucleus of about 12 guys, 15 do all the conference tournaments. Base hit. Taylormade runners at first and second. I mean, R&M with runners at first only, not first and second. 2 down. 7-2. Bottom of the 5th.
Yep.
Taylormade still leading.
Well, I definitely appreciate you and DW popping in today, Robo. I wanted to tell you that. I feel like I'm a man on an island up here as the only guy running the whole system. And
well, you know, with me sometimes I wear those hats, so I'm down there on the umpiring, or if a scoreboard's not working, or Don has a question or needs something, or
you're a man that wears many hats.
We're fortunate. Chris Clark, one of the nicest guys ever in America. You know, he's such a joy to work with. He's just a great guy. Him and Joe Huff run the Smoky Mountain Classic, probably the premier event other than the Men's Major World Series. You know, it's the premier conference event on the circuit, I believe. They do if you've never been, you need to go sometime. It's a different atmosphere. It's unbelievable.
I need to go. It's in Tennessee, from what I understand.
Maryville, Tennessee. Main fields, 2 fields at Sandy Springs. And
we'll have to get some television for that.
They pack them in there too. Mr. Glenn is their announcer on the main field. For a few years, I had to sub for him on Sunday because he had to go to the Deacons meeting.
Yeah.
Nice guy. Everybody down there is. That retires the side.
Another unproductive inning for R&M. They trail by 5 after 5.
Number of tournaments along Conference USSSA. Our first tournament of the year, the Hall of Fame Classic, is a dual event. 2 tournaments start on Thursday. 32 teams came this year. That was unbelievable. The largest conference tournament is in Houston, Texas. Greg Hutchinson puts on. Joliet, Illinois had 35 teams. Every year, Brenda Paulson and their group gets 35 teams. 454 won that tournament over Laser Vision. Rismondo actually, I want to say, finished 5th that weekend. Euless, Texas. There's just great tournaments all along. For years and years, most people called the Dudley and the Smoky the 2 premier events. Unfortunately, the Dudley only had 10 conference teams this year, and the airlines have really, unfortunately, are pricing, it's just difficult for teams to get there price-wise.
That's what I understood.
Warren Bellum runs that tournament. Jerry Turnberg is Division Vice President for USSSA and State Director there. You know, they got. I mean, it's a great tournament. It's like 2 different styles, but it was like 1 and 1A. You know, when you talked about the Dudley and the Smoky. So that's a base hit by number 5.
Brian Logan, the center fielder.
So that'll bring up Brandon Jonas, the pitcher. Top half to 6th, Bernie. Game moving along. 7-2.
We're flying here, Robo.
I said they'd have to score more than 7. I still believe they better extend this lead by a few runs anyway. Bernie, I remember when you first came on, you didn't even know much about slow pitch. You came from the fast pitch side.
I did. I'm not sure that I still know much about slow pitch, but I'm trying.
You're doing good.
The hardest thing, I think, for some of us that maybe on the outside they don't understand is how many games that we do in a day. I guess that's where it might be taxing for some of us to on the air, especially on a men's major day. You could be on the air from 8 to 1 in the morning.
Exactly.
You know, have the same enthusiasm when you're used to, for the most part, a lot of people are doing maybe a doubleheader even in baseball during the day. So I think they're doing the teams have done better even on this tournament from the very beginning of actually giving us a lineup card where the players are in the field, because without that, honestly, that's very difficult to find out, as we see Billy Moran ground out. I'm not sure how that happened, but it was 33, unless there's 2 33s on the roster, which...
Wow.
Well, maybe there is. I'm not sure what happened, because we are back to the top of the lineup, so maybe they did have a pinch hitter for
Brandon Jonas. Yep. So McLamb's now up to bat. Well,
I was telling DW, maybe they could put some numbers on the front, might help us out a whole lot too, but I guess the sponsors like their names there on the front as well.
Oh, yeah. He squirts one to third. Nice pickup and a fire over to first. That was a great play right there by the third baseman for R&M. Nice play. Joey Gordon, he's one hot, quick throw. Second out of the inning, top half, sixth. Yeah, that's the one thing I think is different too than coming over from the fast pitch side is, you know, traditionally these games are pretty long.
Yeah.
You know, we schedule an hour and a half apart. Oh, that's popped up. Oh my goodness. Ooh.
Amazing how many times we've seen that.
That
That's
is.
going to retire the side. But I guess fast pitch men's was around for quite a while as well and very popular.
Actually, I was one of the, when I lived in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, that's where I started my umpiring career.
Did you?
I umpired the youth fast pitch and then moved into men's adult fast pitch. A place called Forest Park. It was a whole different world. I like slow pitch a whole lot better. Not that I don't like the fast pitch program, because I do, but you know, umpiring wise, I didn't have to put on the mask and chest protectors, shin guards, but that adult men's was a whoo-wee.
Wild time, eh?
They didn't like umpires. In fact, they beat an umpire up one night because he made some bad calls. And I called the assigner and said, I don't want to do any more adult men's.
That's crazy.
So I'm serious. But then the teams told me, you don't have to worry. You call a good game. We're not going to bother you. Well, I didn't like the fact that they didn't like you. They just beat you up.
Hey, there's some people on softballcenter.com that might beat me up every once in a while, so I hear you.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure they're going to say some things about my umpires.
It's all right. Luckily, they don't know the address, I guess, right?
Not yet.
You just do the best job you can, Robo, and that's all you can do. Steve Whaley leads off.
I'm going to write a letter to the National Umpire in Chief. I said, well, here, I got his address for you. I have one of his business cards.
Do you? Yates up against the fence.
I know that guy. I know Rick Robertson. You do? Yeah, I know him. So good. Why don't you give him a call?
That's funny.
Oh.
Well, the woes continue.
That's just amazing here.
For R&M, just 2 runs produced, and you'd think that the ball would start to carry a little bit better now that we're into the nightfall. Our booth here's gone from
that's in there
in the 80s to certainly nice and in the 70s. The DW's boost about 90 degrees over there.
Oh, really?
Nothing like what you guys have downstairs, though, so I'm not going to complain.
Salazar in the second with a stand-up double.
Now Newbill at the bottom of the lineup.
The pitcher.
Arnhem is down to their final 5 outs.
And still only 2 runs in. They trail Taylormade 7-2. Newbill, he pops it up. Oh my, right to the second baseman. Man.
We've seen that a lot. You see all these guys that are such great hitters have been completely baffled, I guess, for lack of a better term, tonight by the pitchers. And not just in this game, but obviously some great pitching all around.
Pitching and defense instead of the power is the name of the game this weekend. Well, that's 2 down.
Ground ball into center. This is going to score a run. Salzar comes in to score.
7-3. I don't know if I mentioned earlier, Tony Walzak was hit in the head, slight concussion, so I held him out of umpiring. Yesterday I thought I was going to be in trouble because I had Tony out with a concussion. Bobby Wolford from Greenwood, Arkansas, Town and Country Barbershop, twisted his ankle. Ken Hawk twisted his knee, and I'm thinking, I don't have any extra umpires. I may have to suit up.
You have to call me in.
I'm good for about, I can do about 1 a day. That's about it.
Yeah.
Actually, I did have to call a game in Music City, Gallatin, Tennessee.
Did you?
First game of the night. 38 minutes, 20-0. Yerkes walks.
Look at this change of events. A home run right here by Keith Anderson would make it a 1-run ball game.
That's why I said if you're Taylormade, you need to extend the lead. We've got time. Pinch runner. Don't have any updates on the other field, Bernie. Fields 2 and 3 are going, so not sure what's what. That's not going to do anything but being third out of the inning.
Disappointing end for Keith Anderson, but they get one more back, 7-3 as we head to the 7th here at Fortune Road, the Men's A World Series.
We should beat curfew tonight.
That's what I heard, that there was curfew. I told my wife, she got all excited thinking that I'd make it home.
Well, I try to schedule them so we're out of here by 10:30, 11 o'clock. Actually, 10:30 I think is the official curfew, but we broke that. Was it last year at the conference championships or the Hall of Fame? We were here till 2:30 in the morning.
My goodness.
The #1 head guy, Dan Loubier from the city, called me. I guess a lady that lives here was not happy with the lights on at that time of night.
I can see that because in this area, there's it lights up the whole area.
Oh yeah, and your houses are right behind. What, over here on field 2 and 3? There's houses, well, apartments are right behind 1 and 2. So.
Moran, Billy Moran, the middle infielder.
We try not to
disturb the peace.
Yeah. Sometimes it's weather and delays. We're going to get there, but
at least we're not blaring the music every time everybody comes to the plate. I guess that's a positive.
Oh yeah. Well, we're in the 7th inning. Look at the scoreboard. It looks like a 1, but the lights are out for the.
That's a right.
He almost misplayed that out there.
Yeah, Schulte. able to barely bring that one in.
Bring up Blake. One out, top of the seventh. 7-3 in favor of Taylormade. In there, strike one.
Still a dangerous situation here.
Wow, second out.
Blake tries to get a hole in this fence, throwing the bat at it. Now wants to do some pull-ups.
It's not the bat's fault. Lazy fly ball out to center field for the second out of the inning. Taylormade's been on 7 runs for about the last 3 innings.
Now this is Hunter. He's going to come up short. He might get an extra attempt just because that one drifted out. It's lucky that the fence is short here.
Batter comes to the plate. No balls, no strikes. Walks on 3 balls. Out on 2 strikes. They do not get the extra foul in this program. Same as the majors. Run rule is 30, 20, 15. 3, 4, and 5 innings. 8 home runs. Anything after 8 is an out. That ball scoops through the shortstop and middle.
Look at the hustle by Hunter. Here's the throw to
second.
He's right on waiting for him.
Got him. Wow, Lee Eggers right on top of the play. Dropped that big left-handed hammer on him. Retired the side.
My goodness. Now R&M has a chance to possibly win it.
That was a nice throw in from the outfield to retire. They picked up no runs. So we go to the bottom half, the 7th. Taylormade still on 7, R&M 3.
Pretty wild.
If you would have told me when this game started that the total runs going into the bottom of the 17th scored between the 2 teams would be 10, I'd have wondered what you were eating for lunch today.
Yeah.
Or what somebody had put in your Coke. But here we are. Football score. Touchdown for, we have a touchdown for Taylormade and a field goal for R&M.
It's the Alabama LSU football game.
There you go. Boy, howdy, what a mess for Tyrann Matthew.
I know.
That's unfortunate.
You just hate to see that, especially as talented as he is, but it does appear that he's trying to take some of the steps necessary to work his way back, as we see Kevin Lucas, who's hitting in the cleanup hole. Get this one back up the middle. That's a start. He'll hold it first.
This team's been
got a lollipop in? What is it that he has? It just likes to chew on a stick, because I've seen him feel that way.
It's a straw that he chews on. Does it all the time. This team, R&M, has come back so many times this year. Music City and Gallatin, Tennessee, they were down by 14 runs with 2 outs. And they extended that, you know, in the 5th inning, they extended that game. The final score was like 52-50. And we got out of there at 3:09 a.m. We left that ballpark.
That's amazing.
And they came all the way back. I'm telling you, these guys, like I said, I will be surprised if they don't tie or go ahead. Oh, my. That's a long run. He's going to camp under it.
1 out. Taylormade is 2 away from holding on for victory. They need to get through Brandon Dillon now, who's the center fielder.
No Rachel on duty tonight?
She's been shooting some pictures downstairs. Not sure that she's shooting them right now because it's, again, back to the pictures are not as good at this hour.
Right.
But she's been certainly around. This is going to be a gapper. Rolls all the way to the wall. And here comes Lucas to make it 7-4.
Lucas scores all the way from first on the gap shot to right center. Only one away. And here comes R&M.
Mike Umschild.
Mike, certainly one of the nice guys, very personable. Enjoy talking to the young man. He's a great guy. Walked him.
So the tying run comes to the plate now, Rick.
Wow, here we go. That's unbelievable.
Just one out.
I'm not sure who that batter is. 33's on his jersey. Was that the...
I believe in you, bud. Come on.
I don't know.
Might be a pinch hitter here for R&M. And unfortunately, that goes back to sometimes a lack of information for us because we have the lineup but not the subs.
Yeah, let's see who's on deck.
They're going to load the bases.
Lawson, is this Lawson White or Whaley coming?
Should be Lawson White. That's where we are. Number 4.
Say Whaley?
Or excuse me, yeah, Whaley. So they had a pinch hitter for Lawson White. And here's Steve Whaley.
Pinch run. They must have 1 million people in there to run.
And they're bringing Lawson White back in to pinch run.
Okay, now it makes sense. What you got? Bases loaded, Bernie, 1 out.
Yeah, tying run is on first with 1 out.
Winning run at the plate.
The moment they've been waiting for. DW number 2's up here in the booth with us.
That DW said his brother got out of the car going, I'm not DW, I'm not DW, I'm not DW. What do I do the first thing out the box? Hey, DW. He said, well, my brother's over there in the other booth.
Hey, they do a lot for the sport, and we're certainly grateful to what they've done. We're just glad he's here. We're trying to lobby DW to bring him down for the men's major. They said it's up in the air right now, is the rumor.
Yeah? Got to get that permission, huh?
They said that their mother has the NFL Sunday ticket to get the family over on Sundays for dinner. Maybe we need to get NFL Sunday ticket down here.
That would probably work. So Whaley's the batter. Bases are juiced. Only 1 out, 7-4. R&M still trails Taylormade, bottom half the 7th. Uh-oh.
This could be it.
They got a walk-off right here.
And gone. Let the celebration begin. R&M has come back for an 8-7 victory. Unbelievable.
What a heartbreaking loss for Taylormade. But we'd said for the last 3 or 4 innings, they need to extend that lead if they think they're going to win this game, because R&M Metals has been known to come back, and here they are tomorrow. They wait for everybody to get to them. They are in the finals. They are in the championship of the Men's A World Tournament live here at Fortune Road Athletic Complex.
Yeah, right at 11 a.m. Robo, we'll find out at the 9:30 game. They'll be back on the air. Who will play them?
It'd be amazing. It's a great show tomorrow. Hopefully the weather cooperates. Mr. Bernie Gunther and his staff will be back.
Well, we'll look forward to it, Robo. Until then, thanks so much for stopping by.
Yes, sir. Always a pleasure. Glad to be of service.
Rick Robertson with us. We're back tomorrow. Losers bracket 9:30. Until then, for all of us at USSSA, we're so glad you decided to join us, and we'll hope you'll come join us again tomorrow from Fortune Road for the Men's A World Series.
Stand behind him.